Hey everyone, welcome to AlphaCars on Motorcycles. My name is Ian, and today I'm doing a quick how-to video on how to remove and install the Harley Davidson quick release windshield. So this is a 2018 Heritage Classic 115th anniversary. Very low mileage, it's really like a new bike. At the date of this video, this bike's actually for sale, it's actually available. I'm in our Boxborough showroom, and the link will pop up right now for you if you want to take a look at this bike. Really impeccable owner history. One owner bike, we got it from the original owner. Never even saw rain or anything, he took really good care of it. But now that we know a little bit about the bike that we'll be doing this on, let's get into how we're actually going to remove and reinstall this windshield. I will mention, once I take this off, I will show you around the bike, as it totally changes the aesthetic of the bike. It really looks awesome. It looks awesome with and without the windshield, but definitely, as we're about to see in just a few seconds, this windshield is so easy to take off and put back on. It's awesome depending on the type of riding you're doing and the type of aesthetic of the bike that you prefer. You can kind of switch between the two very easily without having to break out any tools. So actually, speaking of tools, the only thing I'm recommending to do is just get a nice microfiber cloth and just put it over the headlight bucket, because I will mention this is very easy, but if you've never removed this off the bike before, it can be very stiff at first. And I'll even give you a couple tips on how to remedy that as well. But especially, you might have to give it a really good tug at first. So you just don't want to risk this hitting your headlight bucket and marring that up. But once you get used to it and you figure out the technique, you don't really need that. It's just an extra touch. And by the way, this is an edgeless detailer's rag, very, very soft. So I'll put that over the bucket there. If we look, we can see two mounting bolts right here. Now, we don't need to loosen these or do anything with them, but this chrome frame you can see here, it looks the exact same on the other side of the bike. So it's just a mirror of what we're looking at here. And how this comes out, if you kind of study the bracket, first you're going to pull straight back. So straight, like my direction, to the forward of the bike. And this upper one will pop straight out. And then it'll hinge forward, and this bottom part will just kind of slip out and off that bottom grommet there. So it's kind of like popping it forward and then hinging it. And it kind of slips out in one motion. So let me show you real quick. So we can see, just give it a gentle tug, and that top portion pops out, and then the bottom's already pretty much hinged out of there, because when you pop it back in, it really, it pops that bottom one in for you, kind of at the same time. It's kind of one fluid motion. So now I'll do that again, just give it a little tug, and then slip the bottom out, and just be careful. You just want to pick this straight up. And now you can kind of see what I was talking about, how it goes in and kind of hooks, and then the top presses straight in and it secures. And now, for the sake of this video, I'll show you how easy it is to put it back on. Line up those bottom clamps. We can see the bottom area kind of slips half in, and then it goes in the remainder of the way once you pop this top one in. So once you have everything lined up, just give it a little push. A couple tips for you. So, like I said, when you do this for the first time on a bike that's never had it off before, it almost feel like it's not gonna come off. So I recommend have someone steady the bike for you, like sit on it and hold the bars, because you might really have to give it, a tug back, which is why I recommend having this rag here. So I just wanna mention that. And then I put a little bit of lubrication on the rubber mounts, which is why this one is so easy to take off and put back on, especially. So I recommend doing that. Any sort of detailer's dressing for rubber that'll make it kind of slick, that works great. Or even a silicone lubricant, just like a dab, on those areas where this frame slips into. That will make your life 10 times easier with taking this on and off. And it doesn't make it too loose or anything, where you're gonna get rattles or gonna see it moving around. It's really a good method to make this a bit easier. So now that I've got this off again, because it is really so easy to take on and off, let's take a look around the bike now with no windshield on it. And now we can see really it has a completely different look. Really such a classic look. Looks awesome in my opinion. And we actually have a photo set of this bike with and without the windshield. So if you really want to see some professional photos of what this looks like without the windshield, definitely take a look there. It's right on the website on the listing that was linked earlier in this video. But now that we've seen the bike without the windshield, we've learned how to take the windshield on and off, as well as learning some tips. We can see on the grommet here, there's a little bit of shininess on the inside of it. That's where I put a little bit of lubricant, and now it makes this job, especially easy. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new, and I hope these tips helped you with your Harley here with that quick release windshield. Please like this video and subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.